The walls are rapidly closing in on Hayley Hamilton, and I am sitting on the absolute edge of my seat. For months we have watched in sheer horror as this ruthless, calculating gold digger has slowly and methodically poisoned her husband, Bill Hamilton. She has been eyeing that massive $10 million life insurance policy like a starving predator stalking its vulnerable prey. But just when she thought she was approaching the finish line, ready to collect her blood money and dance on Bill's grave, a massive roadblock has appeared. That roadblock comes in the form of Bill's fiercely protective daughters, Chelsea Hamilton and Naomi Hall. The tension in this family is palpable, and the stakes have literally never been higher. Will Hayley's sinister plot finally be exposed, or is she about to outsmart everyone once again? Let's talk about Chelsea and Naomi, because these two brilliant women are not playing games anymore. After weeks of watching their powerful father stumble over chairs, slur his words during depositions, and physically deteriorate before their very eyes, the Hamilton sisters have officially gone into full detective mode. They know in their guts that something is horribly wrong with Bill, and they know Hayley is at the dark center of it all. Chelsea has even been gathering crucial intelligence from Caroline at the law firm, piecing together Hayley's erratic behavior and her endless web of lies. The pressure is mounting by the second, and Hayley can feel the intense heat radiating from these two relentless women. But what happens when a cornered, venomous animal realizes it is being hunted? It bites back. Are Naomi and Chelsea truly prepared for the psychological warfare Hayley is about to unleash? I have to admit, as much as I despise Hayley's wicked actions, her cunning intellect is terrifyingly impressive. She is acutely aware that she is currently under a giant microscope. Every single move she makes, every green smoothie she hands to Bill, and every fake tear she sheds is being scrutinized by Danny Dupree's daughters. Hayley knows that if she makes one wrong move right now, her entire year of meticulous planning, lying, and poisoning will go up in smoke. She refuses to let her hard work crumble at the 11th hour, especially when that $10 million payout is so close she can almost taste it. So, what does a master manipulator do when the spotlight is shining too brightly on her crimes? She completely changes the narrative. But how exactly is she planning to pull the wool over the eyes of the two women who hate her the absolute most? The Beyond the Gates rumor mill has been spinning out of control this week. When teasers revealed that Hayley was going to completely surprise Naomi and Chelsea, the fandom exploded with wild theories. Are we finally going to get that deeply satisfying moment where the girls catch Hayley red-handed? Imagine the sheer cinematic drama of Chelsea kicking down the office door just as Hayley drops that deadly special juice into Bill's electrolyte drink. It would easily be the confrontation of the century, and we would all be cheering at our screen. But let's be real for a second. Is Hayley really that sloppy? Would the brilliant writers of this show give us that massive payoff so easily, or is there a much more sinister twist waiting for us? If you ask me, catching Hayley in the act right now is just way too easy and highly unlikely. She is far too careful, far too calculating, and far too obsessed with self-preservation to let herself be caught with literal poison in her hands. Instead, I firmly believe Hayley is going to hit the pause button on her toxic cocktail. That's right. She is going to temporarily stop poisoning Bill. Why? Because she desperately needs to throw Chelsea and Naomi off her scent. She needs to disarm them with the one thing they are absolutely not expecting: genuine wifely concern. By playing the role of the doting, terrified wife who just wants her husband to get better, she can completely flip the script on her. But will the smart and savvy Hamilton sisters actually fall for this sudden, miraculous change of heart? Here is where the jaw-dropping twist comes into play. Hayley is going to confront Chelsea and Naomi, but not with her usual venom, snark, or threats. She is going to hit them with what appears to be good news. Picture the scene. Hayley putting on her best award-winning performance, wiping away a fake tear, and announcing that she is just as worried about Bill's rapidly declining health as they are. She is going to claim that she has finally done the impossible. She has convinced the incredibly stubborn, workaholic Bill Hamilton to step away from his beloved law firm. She will paint herself as the hero who is saving their father from working himself into an early grave. But where exactly is she taking him? And why does this sudden act of kindness feel like a terrifying, inescapable death trap? Do you remember a while back when Hayley was aggressively pushing for a romantic getaway to the coast? Well, it seems that plan is finally coming to fruition. Hayley is going to announce to the girls that Bill has agreed to go to the beach with her for an extended vacation to rest and recover. On the surface, it sounds like a loving wife forcing her husband to prioritize his failing health over his stressful lawsuit with Mike Davis. But we, the loyal viewers, know the dark, twisted truth. This isn't a healing retreat. This is a calculated isolation tactic. Hayley is taking Bill far away from his protective daughters, far away from the brilliant doctor, Madison Montgomery, and far away from any prying eyes. How long will it take for Bill to realize he is sleeping next to his own executioner in a secluded beach? The true horror of Hayley's master plan is revealed in her chilling ultimatum to Chelsea and Naomi. She isn't just telling them about the trip. She is demanding absolute, unbroken silence. Hayley is going to strictly forbid the girls from contacting them while they are away. She will frame it as a strict medical necessity, claiming that their father needs zero stress, zero work talk, and absolutely no family drama to heal his brain. Do not call us. Do not disturb us, she will warn them with a sickeningly sweet smile. It is a brilliant, fundamentally evil move. If the girls call, they are painted as the bad, selfish daughters ruining their father's fragile recovery. If they don't call, they are leaving him completely at Hayley's mercy. What would you do if you were trapped in this impossible, heartbreaking situation? The reaction from Chelsea and Naomi is going to be absolute. They are going to be completely blindsided by this unexpected announcement. On one hand, they have been begging Bill to rest and get away from the extreme stress of his legal battle. But on the other hand, the thought of their vulnerable, sick father being completely isolated with the Black Widow is enough to make their blood run cold. The sheer annoyance, frustration, and terror radiating from Chelsea will be off the charts. We all know Chelsea has a fiery temper and fiercely protects those she loves. Will she be able to hold her tongue and play along, or will she physically lunge at her wicked stepmother right there in the room? Let's break down the dark psychology of this coastal getaway. Hayley knows that Bill's body is already severely weakened from the toxins she has been secretly feeding him over the past. He has been stumbling, slurring, and suffering from what the doctors believe are mini strokes. If she gets him to an isolated beach house, miles away from Garland Memorial Hospital or any top-tier medical facility, she holds all the cards. If Bill happens to have a massive, fatal medical emergency while they are alone, who is going to question it? Hayley can play the grieving, traumatized widow to perfection, claiming his stressful career finally caught up with him despite her best efforts to save him. Is this secluded beach trip truly the end of the line for the great Bill Hamilton? We also have to deeply consider Naomi's fragile emotional state in all of this. She is currently battling her own terrifying health crisis with her recent BRCA positive. She has been leaning on Jacob and Danny for support, but the stress of her father's mysterious, undiagnosed illness is weighing heavily on her soul. Hayley's strict demand for no contact is going to tear Naomi apart from the inside out. She loves her father deeply, and the thought of not being able to check on him while she herself is facing potential preventative double mastectomy surgeries is just heartbreaking. Will this intense emotional turmoil push Naomi to her absolute breaking point, causing her to defy Hayley's orders and risk everything to save her dad? And then there is Chelsea. We all know Chelsea Hamilton does not take orders from anyone, least of all the woman she heavily suspects of being a gold-digging murderer. There is absolutely no way Chelsea is going to sit back, twiddle her thumbs, and let Hayley kidnap her father under the innocent guise of a beach vacation. I strongly predict Chelsea is going to go rogue. Will she enlist the help of her cousin Kat Richardson, who is already in full detective mode, actively stalking Randy Parker? Imagine Chelsea and Kat teaming up for a stealth rescue mission to the coast. The drama would be absolutely iconic and exactly what we need. But if they push Hayley too far into a corner, could the girls end up in the deadly crosshairs themselves? As we head into this explosive week of episodes, the tension in Fairmont Crest is reaching a dangerous boiling point. Hayley is playing a high-stakes game of chess, and right now, she truly believes she has Chelsea and Naomi in checkmate. but she is vastly underestimating the fierce, unbreakable bond of the Dupree Hamilton women. They may be temporarily blinded by the surprise beach trip announcement, but the truth always has a way of clawing its way to the surface in this town. Will Bill survive this romantic getaway of doom? Will Hayley finally make the fatal, sloppy mistake that exposes her murderous plot to the world? And just how far will Chelsea and Naomi go to save the father they love before? Tune in next time because you absolutely will not want to miss a single heart-stopping second of this twisted saga.